How's it going, everybody? I really felt compelled to share my personal story in how I came recently to really have an incredibly strong connection with Archangel Michael. And I'm putting this video out because I know there's probably a lot of people, maybe people that knew me in my past, where before the eternal light kind of came online and has been kind of reset. And that's kind of where you're seeing all these kind of archangels and people talking about angels and the angelic kingdom and angelic realm. But I had a personal experience with Archangel Michael, and I never, was into angels, and there was a lot of stuff in the new age that I felt like was kind of off, and particularly stuff around his name. But just within the last couple months, as I trusted my eternal self, and I came to find certain sources of information, and it's still stuff that I'm discerning. But there's a good set of beings here on this planet that are doing a good job. And I want to say, Ishmael Perez is definitely one of them. He's probably one of the few, maybe the only ones, that I really feel like is bringing Christic, strong disclosures forward that need to be brought forward to the public to help those who don't know. And so I think I want to share my experience around Archangel Michael. And again, I want to give my respect to Ishmael Perez, but he did a really good job in one of his live streams of explaining who the archangels are, who the archangel vanguard are, and how we are all connected to the original Christian Elohim, who were the administrators of the cosmic rays. I don't know a lot about that. I'm still learning, but I would refer people to his YouTube page, which is, I believe, Ishmael Perez Official. You can Google his name, but he does a good job of giving the history, the cosmic origins or lineage of who these angels or light beings are. And, we are all them. We all have, as light beings, our angelic selves. That's a new part of myself that I've come into knowing. And, I came from a background where, the new age was something I had to kind of be careful of. And there was a lot of stuff back then where, Archangel Michael, this. But it wasn't until I felt the eternal light, and I've chosen to identify and be eternal light, the light here. And as I was able to connect my past, the history I've researched, and put the pieces together, Ishmael actually really helped in kind of giving these hidden missing pieces that filled the gaps for me. So I just had really strong experience that I just don't think could be manipulated. But one night where I was listening to certain YouTube channels, and they would speak as Archangel Michael, and the second I was listening to the voice, just the encryption of the energy, I found myself in that encryption, just that drive that Archangel Michael has to help people. Um, my past, I found myself the last 9 years almost living with that same energy. And a couple months ago, after listening to one YouTube channel for a while, I just, it was unbreakable to know the connection I had with that being, which is kind of like me. But it's really like what I understood is that, and this could be wrong, but I believe we all come from at least 3 or 4 of the um, rays, and Archangel Michael's one of them. Every human being could probably pick from the 3 or 4, and just based on your resonance, be able to see, okay, what ray am I, or what do I resonate with? But that's not just how I came about it myself. It was a very deep, personal part of my life that I have never shared, but that almost was reflected back to me in hearing about how Archangel Michael, and his intervention here has been really helpful. And just, I don't know many people if they know who wrote the story about the 144,000, but when that information came out, I just had a special experience, like almost synchronistically, second for second, probably 5 minutes before this channel, who I didn't even know, the YouTube channel, presented this information about the 144,000, I then had this experience of, and after hearing and learning a little more about the rays, and I was really feeling this connection with Archangel Michael. And, it really does take strong people and good discernment to weed through all the stuff that we are presented. But this was kind of an unshakable moment that I cannot deny. So that night was the night, I believe, that 144,000 um, beings of light, angels of light, light beings, which we are, and the children of light, totaling in 144,000, came down and embodied on Earth. And all at the same time, in a synchronicity, all held up their light swords. And this was a moment that actually the planet kind of shifted from dark to light. My story, I have a little YouTube bit on it, but for some weird reason, I've never done it. I happened to go buy a sword. I was going through just really rough time that night, and I remember just looking at the sword and feeling something, and whatever programming I was clearing, I just said no, and I reached down, I grabbed the sword, and I held it up. Literally, probably a couple minutes later, 5, 10, someone released, it was the YouTube channel, Cosmic Secret, but I haven't been able to find that video, but they had like 2 of them. But the Ashtar Command, also another one that I really resonate with, who I didn't really maybe resonate with before, they were just kind of talking on the channel and talking about how beautiful it was to see that all 144,000 angels of the angelic realm came on the planet, embodied and all at the same time held up the swords of light. Well, that night, I I didn't know, but I held up my sword. Now, they don't use real swords, but it was, again, it was more than just a synchronistic moment. I had been listening to particular um, people talk about Archangel Michael, and I just knew immediately. I said, I know that energy, I know that frequency, and I know that drive, that eternal love, that connection, and the love for many, all beings, and to help, and to not ever quit. Um, what Michael has is something beautiful, and it's something I really feel within myself as well. And that's how I kind of came to connect with it. And I'm not saying this to convince other people. I'm not saying you should go believe it, but I felt to go on the record. We are living in times of truth, disclosure, um, and a time where the light and the truth can really make a difference when people speak. And there's a lot of people out here that are trying to do the best they can. And the more we can share, the more we can see, feel what is right. So I know I just want to do my part. Even if I'm wrong or I'm off, I've always worked with what I felt was eternal source. I'm not perfect, but I also know that source will show you if you really have a genuine intention, if you're doing something that's not aligned. And when you get that opportunity to have that gift, then you can make the right choice. So we never are lost. And so today I was watching a video, and uh, I do recommend this video. It's one of, I believe, Ishmael Perez's videos. It's Ishmael Perez Lightning Solar Flash Galactic Federation. And he went on the record to talk about Archangel Michael. And a lot of people don't really talk. They might be on one side, they might talk about the Galactic Federation. But, you know, that Archangel Michael is a big part of this. And so I had the experience of just realizing, I've had a lot of people tell me this earlier in life too, like they saw an overlay of Archangel Michael on or with me. An overlay is kind of like part of your DNA, or it's kind of like clothing, but energetic. And that night I really came into like a strong knowing of my connection with Michael. And I'm going to leave it at that. But I just want people who watch my videos to know kind of where I stand. There is an entire history of I would say, the angelic realm, the archangelic realm, who they are, why they're there, how they work with Source, the administrators of the cosmic rays and the rays of creation, how they also hold the wisdom of probably all or most of the strongest virtues, attitudes, responsibilities needed for this creation to take place. And that's kind of what I think the angelic realm and the whole heaven on earth thing has been here previously to do, and now they are back, and it's not a really crystal clear thing because and I don't know a lot about this, but the previous rays and that information is not going down anymore. We have 13 rays now. They are all new rays, just like we are moving into the sixth root race, coming and being seated and being that and shifting and moving forward. And that it's all new. And I'm just going to go on the record and say, everything in well, this is probably a different video, but the past history, spiritual applications, and understandings to some degree are don't hold sway to the now moment, for me at least, because of resets, changes, and new things that have happened that have not been brought forward publicly. And until things do get brought forward in an appropriate way, I've been kind of reaching out through my expressions to see how my frequency, the things I say, are going to hit people, because it's all started with me really seeing a lot of problems, a lot of people being kind of misled, and a strong feeling. And it wasn't even a feeling, it's something I had to do because my life was not fully in my control, but I had kind of people around me being governed by their own beliefs, and I had to know what was right. So a long time ago, I started my Facebook page, and I would just post all these videos that I found where they had little nuggets of truth. I did that for a while, and I was able to connect with certain people that were able to confirm. But it wasn't until recently that I really found real individuals doing this work the right way. And really glad we have people out there like Ishmael Perez and others that are bringing the truth forward. I'm going to go on the record. I've said this before, but I'm going to keep that to myself. Stuff that's already out there, don't feel to go on it. This is just a personal story. But Archangel Michael is of the light, and humanity really kind of needs to get the right information about the past, because we're missing a lot. And this is a great time to see what memories, what things get activated, what feelings you might have as certain information comes out. And if you're one who studies the past, being able to make intelligent choices. So I am all for, Archangel Michael right now. He is running true. And as well as the Ashtar Command and the Galactic Federation, although they're pretty big. If it wasn't for them, I don't know where I would be right now. And that's why I chose to want to, I just felt a very close heart resonance with them, and all of them. Like, it's a love I feel, and it's like I can feel their hearts. It's weird. But no, I've never like gone on any ships or had any like contact experiences, but I have had some experiences, and they have always been very synchronistic, and I resonate with what the Galactic Federation has done, And they have come and they have done a lot. They have followed through with all the things they've said. I made my own personal choice to want to communicate what I felt their message was, or what they were kind of bringing in terms of energy and frequency. Um, and because I found them to be true. So another synchronistic moment was when I wrote like a YouTube post a long time ago, and I said, I'm going to work on trying to be an ambassador, because an ambassador can be a bridge for people in whatever regard. And I had another moment where I posted that, and then 10 minutes later, watched a video. And again, these videos could be wrong, but that's what I was following. And they had announced in the video, hey, if you guys want to be, ambassadors and try to pass this message along, and it would be only certain ones, um, then you can, and those ones would know, whether through whatever experience that they have to know. And again, I am going through my own eternal connection, the virtues, attitudes, and responsibilities that I uphold. And I know Michael does as well, because it's all energy. It's an encryption. You know, certain principles, attributes in all of creation, are going to hold energetic vibrations or qualities within them, almost like they are fibers, energetic fibers of source and eternal. Things like trust, love. Love's the only one. But again, I'm talking a bit in the past, and I kind of made it a point to say, there was a point where much of the stuff from the past became not applicable, at least for me. So, just want to thank everybody for all the things they've done to help me. And much love.